This one, right? Oh, oops. Let's try another one. Ah, alright, let's try that one. There, okay, perfect. Alright, 1 second. I'm just gonna mute myself so I can't hear this. Okay, and then I gotta put audio output, which is over here. Add source, and that one's gonna be uh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you're hearing it through.
Okay, sweet. Sounds good to me.
And then, yeah, scroll down and press add. Or, nope, looks like it's okay.
Okay,
And
cool.
then you gotta check the other scenes, make sure that they have it as well.
Oof. Alright, let's add audio too. Oh. Okay. Alright. Alrighty then, we are just waiting for the start of this one between IQ and FF. Draft coming up here soon. Waiting for the captains to likely finish their coin tosses as well as anything else. As far as this one goes, interesting battle here at the top of the charts, considering the fact that FF remain undefeated going into this one with IQ. Only 2 losses to their name, 3 draws, and a game behind TMG. It remains to be seen if IQ can be the first team to bring FF down. Across the board, incredibly talented squad. Mercenary Wolf, who I streamed with last game. Good player, good player, great caster. Vermilion, obviously Mr. League Commissioner himself, into the mid lane. Reese, one of the best ADCs in the league. His Jinx is lethal. I would know. He's already spanked me a couple times with it. Zesty Queso in the top lane. Another badass. And of course, can't forget I kill for cute dogs. Perhaps the most well-rounded, maybe just the overall best support in the league. And on the side of IQ, Super Noob, who is currently sitting in the spectators chat, is the support lining up next to Jubilee. Of course, Jubilee looking to continue a recently good run of form. Rihi in the middle, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, has been playing some Azir in recent games. Maybe he'll bring that out. The man formerly known as Looking to Sub for LCS, now known as Full Glass Cannon. Coming into the jungle, talented player to say the least. And then at top lane, Bone Garud, another gold player this season so far. Neither team has a substitute tonight. Both of them have their 5 best against each other's 5 best, and IQ versus FF looks to be an instant classic. Alright, hopping straight into the bans and picks here. Since nobody decided to actually send me a stream of the actual picks. Nasus bans and Vagar bans. From the side here of, and 1 second as I get adjusted. Alright. The Nunu and Willump ban here. Followed by a Jarvan ban. And this is a Jarvan ban coming from IQ, clearly concerned with the jungler's ability over there on the side of FF by the name of Mercenary Wolf. No shock there on the Zilean ban. Kai'Sa picks from Reese and Nautilus coming in with an I kill for cute dogs, picking the Nautilus. Bone Garud with the Camille. Xerath picked by Rihi. All four of these champions very comfortable. And then the Jinx pick from Jubilee. Jinx left on the board, surprisingly not picked by Reese, who very notably is pretty filthy with Jinx. In fact, if my memory serves, in 79 games played this season with Jinx, has a 54% win rate and a 3.7 KDA. Despite that, left Kai'Sa open and picked her. Mordekaiser from Zesty Queso, and then a Galio ban from the side of FF, looking to prevent some serious magic tanking. Just picked a Mordekaiser, that makes some sense. I'm still shocked to see that Jinx actually fell to Jubilee, who is going to be more than happy to see that. Jubilee has not played the most Jinx this season, at least not as far as season 2022 goes. Has played more Caitlyn, Ezreal, Zeri, and even Kennen. Jinx, though, is still pretty freakish ADC. And the last ban from IQ is going to come by way of Ahri. My goodness. All right, so noting here, an Alawi pick into the that's an Alawi mid lane pick from Vermilion. Clearly concerned a little bit with what Rihi has to offer in terms of AP, and despite that, he's gonna go with a champion that honestly might be built for some harass in the mid lane, especially with those tentacles of her. Although I am confused as to what necessarily the thought process is here. It's going to make for an interesting game. Kai'Sa, Nautilus, Mordekaiser, Xin Zhao, and Alawi for the side of FF. Xerath, Camille, Jinx, Sion, and Braum on the side of IQ. If we're talking pure tankiness, it appears that FF is going to have the advantage. On sustain as well, with Xin Zhao being able to, well, do Xin Zhao things. But if we're talking late game damage between that Jinx and Xerath, IQ might have the slight advantage. We're going to get a 3-minute spectator delay here. as the teams begin to prepare for a very important match to decide potential seeding here. IQ cannot fall behind the ball here. I'm actually going to go ahead and bring that up for you guys. You can see it. This is the current table as things stand. FF looking to remain undefeated going into this game, and IQ at 4-2-3. Don't want to say it's a must-win, but they have an opportunity to leapfrog TMG here with a win. A draw obviously would bring them to 16 points even with TMG. I am not familiar with the tiebreakers in this league. I'm pretty sure it's head-to-head, though I'm not sure. And IQ most certainly wants to win to avoid the oncoming Fire Ass Mixtape, whose only loss this season is to, fun fact, WSG. Fam was obviously missing Bradley for that one, but nonetheless, I'll take it. About a minute 30 left on this one. And I'm going to grab my charger. Just like that, we're going into this one ready to roll. Some light banter to start the game from the two teams. Ricky on his Zerath asking, what the F is this? And that the others respond League, although I will say all these guys know each other pretty well. Being on WSG, I can speak to not being too acquainted with everyone here, but my overall experience has been a positive one, though it seems something has happened here. Uh, it looks to have been a freeze? Question mark? Oh, here we go. That was a little bit odd. Potential invade. This might actually be going through here. Vermilion already sending up tentacles here in the mid lane. and IQ will not follow through with that potential invade. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to get some good old-fashioned leashes to start this one. They're trying to get rid of the tentacles early here. Getting some poke on Illaoi. Some interesting matchups across the board. Definitely interested to see because we don't see this often. Xerath into Illaoi in the mid lane, so very curious just to seeing how that matchup plays out. Bot lane's going to have a bit more of a traditional matchup with Jinx and Braum into obviously Kai'Sa and Nautilus. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and get passive there from Nautilus. Some poke already in play from Illaoi here. Nice little W. Xerath's going to have to be careful, already kind of under that halfway mana mark. Xin Zhao pathing into that red buff. Sion doing the same on his top side into the blue buff. And it looks like we're going to get the first gank of the game. Xin Zhao's Oracle Lens picking up on the Camille. And that going to be a flash from the Xin Zhao, who saw the Sion coming most likely. Good stuff from the Camille. Camille getting some good poking on Zesty Queso. The lanes, I think, going in slight favor for... Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to switch this up here. Sion jungle is definitely interesting, to say the least. Xin Zhao going to try this again. Looks like it to me. We're going to get our first official gank of the game as Camille going in here on the Mordekaiser. Immediate Q from the Mordekaiser. Xin Zhao going to go ahead and jump on her. And it looks like Bone Guard is going to have to flash. Mordekaiser brings in that E, and absolutely fantastic execution there from FF as Zesty Queso gets the first kill of the game. Unfortunate there from Bone Guard on that Camille. Xin Zhao maybe a little bit salty that he had to burn his flash in that first gank of the game, but gets his revenge as FF draw first blood on the Camille that was not long for this world after what looked like an all-in into that Mordekaiser. Probably would have won that 1v1 were it not for the gank. That's the beauty of junglers, though. They're there to ruin your day. Other lanes looking pretty tame, although Xerath and Illaoi both out of mana, so it looks like they're just punching each other right now. Xin Zhao looking to gank here on the Xerath, misses that Q. Sion, potential counter gank. Thinks twice about it. We'll back into that top lane now as she stuns on that Mordekaiser, gets another good trade in. You know, the one thing I wish that I had is the ability to know the names of all the actual abilities in the game, because see LCS commentators do it. Pretty cool. I think it makes the game better, so I'll probably have to work on that here in the coming weeks. Zesty Queso seems to have healed everything already. Tried to E. Camille will not be having any of that. We got a TP, first one of the game from the Xerath into the mid lane. Looking to catch this wave. Q already doing some decent damage. Eyes on the Illaoi as she looks to roam. Look at the Q here from Nautilus. Kai'Sa engages. Illaoi going ahead and bringing those tentacles in. But it looks like it's not going to come of any fruition for either team. Good engage there from the Nautilus, but the Illaoi is just too far for her to make a difference, and not enough damage from either ADC to really make a dent in anybody's health so far. Really just a tease there from both teams. We're not going to get any bloodshed. Jin Xiao and Mordekaiser invading the IQ jungle. Zesty Queso and Mercenary Wolf showing no mercy early on in this game. Sion does have more farm thus far, but it looks like Jin Xiao, Mercenary Wolf taking a little bit more of the initiative as Mordekaiser walks into the top lane now. And it looks like we got a gank here in the mid lane from the Xerath, who's not going to get the kill as Sion finishes him off with an auto attack and full glass cannon, newly named jungler for IQ, draws the first kill of the game for his side. It's hard to pan to where the action's happening at times, but that first dragon is up now, as FF are most certainly looking to secure that. Jin Xiao starts the dragon. Kai'Sa going ahead and Wing. Sion now has vision on it. This could be potentially dangerous, so it's only a 3v2, and it looks like FF is just going to grab that with very little resistance from the side of IQ, as Zesty Queso goes in on Bone Guard here. Draws with the E and the passive, but nothing so far. Xerath looking to stun here, and Illaoi already taken not much damage from that Q. That's the E, another good one from Mordekaiser, who's been able to land that a couple of times and definitely get some damage off on that Camille. So far, so tame from both teams, showing the patience that has made them contenders so far this season. Little sad face from the Kai'Sa. Zesty Queso starting to establish himself a little bit in that top lane. And we're getting a Q here from the Nautilus as Kai'Sa is going to get some free hits off on Super Noob, but of course, slapping the tank will not do much at this moment in time. Little bloodshed again. Braum gets a Q off on I Kill for Cute Dogs. Nautilus looking at the Q here. Kai'Sa with the W and the Q combination. Gets some more serious damage off of Super Noob there. And looks like we have a fight potentially starting here for the Rift Herald. But it looks like Jin Xiao, Mercenary Wolf, is just going to go ahead and pick that up. And now we have a fight here as Mercenary Wolf engages in on this Sion, who's going to go ahead and die. But here comes the passive Zesty Queso, looking to Q a little bit here. Passive going on, and it looks like Bone Guard's going to go down to Zesty Queso, who's going to pick up both kills on the man formerly known as looking to sub for LCS. And of course, Bone Guard is off to a rough start this game after that gank from Mercenary Wolf early on in this one. And this is going to be a potential massive loss of coin. Although here comes the Camille with the teleport. That's a stun on Mercenary Wolf, but that's an E from Mordekaiser. It looks like Camille's in trouble here. And Sion going to chase him down. Nothing will come of that. While all that was going on, we had a kill in the bot lane from the Nautilus who picked up a kill on the Braum, but the Jinx also killed the Nautilus, and sorry we couldn't bring that to you, but a lot of action going on all of a sudden across the board. Well, thus far, seems to be advantage FF as they have the dragon and a couple more kills as well as a little bit more damage to turrets thus far. Rihi and his Xerath farming well. An assist to boot. Definitely going to look to land a lot of that damage that Xerath is so well known for. And it looks like we're going to have a fight here. Zykill for Cute Dogs is able to stun, but he is smashed by an oncoming onslaught from IQ, who gets Jinx, an assist, and a kill for the Sion, who now has 2. And another kill for Zesty Queso in the top lane, who just dropped the Rift Herald. He's going to look to get this second tower. I apologize for not being on the screen there. But we most certainly have a problem in the top lane as Mordekaiser, driven by Zesty Queso, has 4 kills and 102 CS 13 minutes into the game. Definitely going to be a problem here for IQ. As the Sion starts to engage, Reese involved in this one. And Jubilee's going to go ahead and give the kill on Reese. Super Noob looking to engage, stuns, and gets the kill on Mercenary Wolf for Vermilion. Trying to get out of this situation, but he's not long for this world either. Vermilion goes down. And IQ managed to make a little bit of a comeback. Not much to come back from early on in this game, but they were definitely down. I've now taken the second Drake to even it up at 1 apiece and have gotten kills for the Jinx and another one for the Sion. Hopefully looking to make up for a little bit of the gap in top lane right now, and I don't mean that to be rude. I just think the Camille has gotten a little bit unlucky as Boneguard, well, I don't want to say he was camped, but he was camped. Zesty Queso, credit to him though, taking full advantage of it with a 4-kill lead and a 400 gold bounty in the top lane. And it looks like IQ see the danger here from FF, and Zesty Queso is going to go ahead and collect the blue buff. Zesty avoids the fight, alone in the top lane again. And it looks like a 4v2 in the bot lane as Reese going to go ahead and engage. Jubilee looking to kill Reese quickly and is going to succeed, but not before, or actually definitely before, and then after going down as Mercenary Wolf collects the bounty on Jubilee, whose Jinx is starting to look solid. Full glass cannon. Definitely snooping around in that bot lane, letting him know he's there. But I think that's a net positive for IQ, who now have a fed Jinx to try and counter the absolute menace that is Zesty Queso in that top lane right now, as Rihi tries to push the oncoming onslaught from FF in the top lane. Full glass cannon trying to take out a ward here. Does not see IQ for cute dogs here. Nautus's ability to just get out of situations like that is quite fruitful indeed. And it looks like a stun here as Vermilion's going to try and ult to save his skin, but it's not going to matter as Xerath is going to go ahead and get the kill. Rihi finally gets one, and the Xerath clutch there with the stun on Mercenary Wolf. Gets both him and IQ for cute dogs killed, and a couple of kills on the side of IQ as Full Glass Cannon and Rihi draw some gold. And a slight correction there, since important to note that that was Vermilion on on Alawi, not Mercenary Wolf. Bot lane is looking a little one-sided at the moment. 3-kill Jinx is nothing to be scoffed at. And Jubilee is feeling very comfortable right now. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zesty Queso continues to wreak havoc, pushing those waves. Bungaroo has not been able to really move from that lane. Can't blame him. He's got to defend. But with the next dragon coming up here, FF perhaps going to try and take some initiative. But what they don't see is an incoming IQ in the jungle. Well, they do now with that ward. Potential 4v3 situation here for FF, considering that Full Glass Cannon and Bone Groot a little bit occupied with Zesty Queso in the top lane. And FF should be able to take full advantage of this by getting a free Drake. Zesty Queso does not care that Bone Guard's even there, as FF is most likely going to draw the. This is absolutely fantastic steal from Blue Gas Cannon. An incredible engage from IQ, who manages to turn that around, steal the Drake, and then kill Mercenary Wolf, Vermilion, and IQ for cute dogs in quick succession. Massive turn of gold there, but Zesty Queso is beating up on that inhibitor. He's 5-0 after just killing Beauregard. And boy, oh boy, he is fed. 174 farm to boot. Gonna go ahead and pick up the Gromp as well. I kind of want to see the replay of that, but that was quite incredible. Full Glass Cannon ulting into that dragon and managing to steal it out from within, out from under 5 Foeni. How do FF respond? Vermilion now at 0-4. Bit of a struggle into this one. And the concern here definitely was how will mid lane Alawi fare? It's not your typical mid lane pick. Most certainly thinking something with that pick. We'll have to ask him after. And Jubilee feeling pretty good at 4-1-5. It is a very fed Jinx, and as we have seen this season, That is not fun for the enemy team. As Jubilee doing some serious damage on Vermilion. That tower's going to fall, and it looks like Vermilion's going to go down with it. Except not at all, as that's an ult. Vermilion does eventually go down. Jubilee continuing to hit. Mercenary Wolf is actually going to go down here as well. Reese is next, and I Kill for Cute Dogs is going to get a free ticket back to base as 4/5 of FF go down in that team fight under mid lane tier 1 turret. And Rihi is going to manage to get away from Zesty Queso because my man's... Wait, what the heck just happened? How did he get out of that? That's going to be Baron buff for IQ. If anyone in the chat wants to explain to me how Xerath got away from that mortal, be my guest. Was he just away, like out of distance because of the flash? What the heck just happened? I thought he had QSS for a second, but he doesn't, so. Alrighty, well, IQ with a now significant advantage going into the 22-minute mark, and an ult coming in from Glass Cannon. Braum engages as well. Jinx with her W, and that's going to be a kill for Jubilee. Fantastic team play there. As IQ is now beginning to push the advantage that they so clearly have. Zesty Queso, who's been more than happy to just split push all game, is going to have to start joining these team fights if they're to have any chance. Full Glass Cannon, Bone Guard, Super Noob, and Jubilee just beating up on this inhibitor, but that's an E from Mordekaiser, who's going to go ahead and ult Full Glass Cannon, and there he is with the passive moving, and it's not going to matter because Mercenary Wolf not strong enough. Zesty Queso is finally going to go down. That is a shutdown by the side of IQ, and Bone Guard deserves it more than anything after dealing with it all game. That's... Oh my goodness, this is going to be a 23-minute win? I Kill for Cute Dogs at no health. Jubilee goes ahead and kills Reese as well. Vermilion, the only one left to defend a tower, getting absolutely beat up at distance from the Xerath and the Rihi. And IQ with a 23-minute win to start off the first game of the night as Jubilee gets yet another kill. 9-1 and 9. IQ with an absolutely dominating performance to start with game one. And if you're FF, how do you respond to the absolute butt kicking that they just handed you? That was incredible. And speaking as a WSG player, we may not be last in the league, but we're second to last. And these butt kickings, they don't feel good. But if there's anything I've learned in Beer League is that no two games are the same. So, interesting match there. That was absolutely insane from IQ, who actually started that game just a tad behind. Zesty Queso had a massive lead in the top lane. But mid lane for the side of IQ with Rihi and then Jubilee and Super Noob just popping off, and do not take credit away from Full Glass Cannon, who managed to do his thing. And League is broken, so I can't even see any stats. But wow, that actually kind of sucks. I wanted to show you guys who did the damage, but whatever. All right, game two coming at you here soon for the beer league. And I think I have to go to the draft link. Yes, I do. Alrighty then. Game two underway here very soon for FF versus IQ. And an immediate Nunu ban for FF, who just definitely doesn't want to let Glass Cannon pick up that Nunu and very intelligent Jinx ban from FF, who just does not want to deal with Jubilee's Jinx again. Second blue ban incoming here for FF, who are going to choose Zilean to keep it off of Super Noob most likely. And a Veigar ban by IQ, preventing Vermilion from wreaking havoc with a little Yordle. The last blue ban. Interesting here, they have a jungler and a support already banned from IQ's grasp. Do you go with another ADC? Or do you keep trying to... Oh, sorry, and also a slight correction here. That Veigar was taken away from Rihi, not Vermilion. I keep getting the two mid laners confused a little bit, but that is a Nasus ban from IQ. And it looks like somebody lagged out because we did not get a blue side ban, but that was a Nami ban from FF, who are most certainly going to be weary of the fact that Super Noob is kind of pog at this game. And a Nivea pick from FF immediately, and it looks like Vermilion's going to be playing one of the three Freljordan gods. Freljordian? Freljordian. Yes, let's go with that. IQ's going to go ahead and get two picks here. And that's an Ezreal pick, most likely, for Jubilee. And the Jarvan pick comes as no surprise from IQ, who had it banned last game. In fact, that was, if I'm not wrong, the first ban. I think it might have been the first, or it might have been the second ban actually from FF last game. Trying to keep that off for Glass Cannon just because his Jarvan is pretty friggin' dangerous. And another Kai'Sa pick from FF as Reese wants a second try. They're trying to pog out with Kai'Sa here tonight. One more blue pick before we switch over to the red side, and already FF focusing their power on their mid laner and their bot laner, and then their jungler. That comes as no surprise as Xerath gets picked by IQ. And it looks like Rihi is going to get a second try at Xerath, who just pogged out in that last game as well. Oh dear God. A Camille ban coming from the side of FF as Bungarud will not be allowed to play Camille this game. So looking at the stats for Bungarud, I don't really have anything for him in terms of ranked since season 7. But they have been playing some flex, and he is enjoying Graves, Shen, a little bit of Kled. And FF left without Mordekaiser, as IQ is going to go ahead and ban both Mordekaiser and Gangplank away from Zesty Queso, who probably would have liked to play some Gangplank today. And then an Irelia ban from FF. Oh man, these top laners just got absolutely walloped. These last, I mean, if you have 5 top lane picks banned in the draft, that's half of it. That's incredible. Alright, if you are listening in here to the stream, go ahead and let me know. Who do you think is going to win? Real quiet there, guys. Spyglim says IQ. Now, this is important because remember, FF is undefeated this season. IQ has a chance to make some season 4 history here in this next game. As Blitzcrank follows the Gnar pick from FF, and this is going to be an interesting bot lane. And here are the full lineups for both teams, as IQ's top laner most likely going to be the Graves here, with Boneguard getting some Graves action today. Full glass cannon on his Jarvan, Rihi on his Xerath, Ezreal for Jubilee, and Super Noob checking in with Braum. Then on the side of FF, Zesty Queso is going to get his Gnar pick. Mercenary Wolf checking in with Lee Sin. Vermilion plays some Anivia. Reese, another shot at the Kai'Sa. And I Kill for Cute Dog is going to play some Blitzcrank, and we might see some yankers this game, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder that FF has selected red side for the first game, so they will be blue side for the second one. All right. Considering that we have a nice 3-minute delay coming up after these picks, we're going to take a short break here. But when we return, match 2 between FF and IQ will be underway as FF looks to even the score or risk losing their unbeaten run. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back as game 2 between FF and IQ will be getting underway here shortly in less than a minute. An absolute curb stomp from IQ in that last game, probably unexpected as FF hasn't really lost any games this season, actually. They haven't dropped any points. Actually, I think I might be eating my words there, as I'm almost positive that they've actually tied. Yeah, they actually drew one game previously, which they're going to have to do again here today if they're going to avoid their unbeaten run being broken by IQ. But they're going to have to get past a pretty well oiled machine here. Welcome to the Rift, everyone. I'm excited about game 2 here. In Invade by FF. Couple of flashes gone there. I kill for cute dogs as Q does not go through. I have been reminded that you can actually zoom out, which I probably need to do for this game. Some poking immediately here from Jubilee, who's going to look to try and do the same thing that he did last game, just establish his presence. An early gank here from Full Glass Cannon, and they're going to go ahead and pick up the kill on Reese. Reese, first blood drawn by Jubilee. And IQ off to another solid start. As Bone Guard going to narrowly avoid death from Zesty Queso in that top lane. Trying to get the audio fixed here. I know you guys can hear me on the mic, though it is apparently not possible to hear the actual game. It is what it is, but yeah, working on it. Mercenary Wolf trying to gank here on Rihi, who's going to go ahead and use his flash to avoid death. And Blitzcrank going to get the Q pull on Super Noob, who honestly just kind of took it in the chest. Returned the favor with a Q of his own. And Jubilee once again attempting to establish that presence from last game as Bone Garud getting some poke here on Zesty Queso, who's going to go soft. Hmm. That Q not going to go through for IQ for cute dogs. That Blitzcrank is going to be tricky to play around, especially if that lands. Much tamer start to this one than it was in the first game, as IQ, other than the kill at the beginning of this game, not too much of a bloodbath so far. As Zesty Queso going again, throwing Bone Groot up against that wall, or at least attempted to, was not successful. Super Noob going to go ahead and take some poke here from Reese Reese and Reese Race, sorry. I keep calling him Reese Reese over and over. Super Noob gets cued, but Jubilee is just dealing out some serious pain. Bone Groot getting some damage off on Zesty Queso. Both teams well aware of the Drake. Neither jungler near it though, but eyes on the top lane as here comes full glass cannon to potentially gank Zesty Queso. Bone Groot right in behind him. That's going to be an immediate flag from full glass cannon, but Zesty Queso going to bounce right out. And Super Noob dashing his way out of danger there as Mercenary Wolf is looking to pick up the dragon here, but he's going to have to get past the Xerath, who's going to go ahead and get the kill solo. Sorry, my bad. Rihi's going to go ahead and get the kill solo on Mercenary Wolf. And Jubilee is going to slay Reese Race as his lead grows. After a couple of kills there, IQ is able to, without many issues, pick up the dragon, and they're off to a good start. 9 minutes and 22 seconds into this one. Oop. Let's try this one. Well, I could still be heard at least. Full glass cannon, go ahead and engaging on Mercenary Wolf, but he's going to be left with no health as Zesty Queso's going to pick up the kill, and Bone Garud is going to get thrown backwards by Mercenary Wolf, and that was an absolutely insane play from Mercenary Wolf on the Lee Sin. Goodness me, and out of nowhere, FF 2 kills back for them. Vermilion already starting to do some damage. Remember, his passive is still up, and I kill for cute dogs is going to get and try and yank on Rihi, but does not get it. Bot lane for IQ. Right back to base. Bone Garud going to attempt to trade there. Zesty Queso doing a good job of getting in and out of danger. Super Noob engaging here on the Blitzcrank. Doing a good job doesn't see Mercenary Wolf. Super Noob engaging. Gonna get stunned. Here comes the Ezreal ult, and it looks like Full Glass Cannon is gonna go ahead and pick up the kill. Here comes the Ezreal ult, and it looks like Full Glass Cannon is gonna go ahead and pick up the kill. Here comes the Ezreal ult, and it looks like Full Glass Cannon. 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 Alrighty. That's going to be a first tower for the side of IQ. Drake number 2 coming up. IQ are the first ones there. And IQ are going to go ahead and pick that up uncontested because meanwhile, at the Rift Herald, FF has their eyes focused on the Rift Herald. Sorry, my bad. The Dragon for IQ, the Rift Herald for FF. Mercenary Wolf going to go ahead and engage on Bone Garud and is going to regret it a little bit as he barely gets away with his life. Xerath ult is not going to find Mercenary Wolf at all. Good attempt there from Rihi. an immediate invasion of Mercenary Wolf by Full Glass Cannon, who's going to go ahead and pick up the kill. Now has double buffs coming in on the Vermilion. But it's not going to matter as he's going to pick it up to no avail. Give me a second. Alright, can we get a confirmation whether there's still 2 voices? I think it's done. I had to leave the voice for a second there. This Streamlabs stuff is very new to me, so bear with me as I figure it out. IQ still with a slight advantage, 2 Drakes, 3 kills, maybe just a little bit more than slight, but FF certainly holding their own. Ezreal ult down the middle of the lane, as Ezreals do. IQ moving well around the map, but FF might just be moving better as Reese Race is going to get engaged on and absolutely blasted by Full Glass Cannon. My goodness, there was absolutely nothing he could do that. His health bar just disappeared as IKillForCuteDogs engages now on Super Noob, but he's going to dash over to Jubilee as Jubilee gets a couple of Qs off. Nothing will come of that, at least not from an extended basis. Bongarud gets a couple of Qs off, or gets a couple of autos off on Zesty Queso, or Zesty Queso bounces away. And if you're IQ, you're definitely enjoying the amount of ground you're picking up here from these towers. But if you're you're also a little bit concerned about this Rift Herald that doesn't look like it's going to even get close to hitting the tower. It looks like it just had to get dropped as they were out of time. Unfortunate for FF, who certainly would have liked more from the Rift Herald there. Glass Cannon attempting to steal. Looks like Rihi ends up taking the chickens anyway. Certainly some eyes need to be on Vermilion, who is farming well and does have a kill, as well as his first item and boots. If FF are going to have success this game, my thought process would be that it would be through them. Through him. Through him, yes. Potential engage here. Kai'Sa gets the W off. And that's an engage from the Blitzcrank, who's going to get the successful pull, but it's not going to matter as Super Noob ends up exiting. Jubilee going to get the kill on the Lee Sin. And they yanked the tank. And they yanked him right into their own deaths. IKillForCuteDogs narrowly gets away. Vermilion is going to survive the Xerath onslaught. And that is 3 Drakes for IQ now. Bongarud was looking to fight, but he might regret it as he gets pulled here from I Kill for Cute Dogs, and it doesn't matter because Full Glass Cannon's gonna go ahead and counter gank, and everyone's gonna get away with their lives. IQ certainly looking to push that advantage as Rihi continues to poke with that Q of his. Another Ezreal ult down the middle of the lane. Will we be getting a team fight here? IQ certainly starting to impose themselves a little bit. Couple of fights in different places in the game there. No deaths to report so far. But Full Glass Cannon attempting to engage there. IQ gonna pick up the tier 1 turret in mid lane. I have to say, streaming is a lot of fun when I'm not doing the actual like streaming part because I don't have any idea what I'm doing as Rihi gets the kill on Vermilion. Potentially, if he's able to actually manage to. There it is. Wow, that was close. And the BM to follow. A tad disrespectful there from the IQ mid laner, who is really starting to establish himself in this game. 3-0-3. And a good amount of gold on him, as well as 9 stacks on that Dark Harvest. He did have 10 stacks on the Dark Harvest in the previous game. I mean, he is fed. And if you're FF, how do you do this? How do you win this game? Well, maybe we'll get to find out here in game 2 between FF and IQ. Remember, an IQ win here would break FF's unbeaten run and put some distance between IQ and a couple of teams. So definitely a must win for both teams. An engage from iKill for Cute Dogs, who once again pulls Super Noob, and Vermilion's gonna pay the price. And as far as IQ is concerned, this does look like a free Baron. Super Noob once again escaping from the Blitzcrank queue after getting pulled in. A Zerathar that's not going to come of any use except for distracting the enemy team, and IQ claims the Baron, the 1500 gold, and extends their lead even further in this one. It looks like we're going to get immediately another team fight, or maybe not, as IQ is going to get this dragon uncontested. Super Noob is going to once again get yanked and once again escape via a dash. Um, Man, FF really have to stop pulling Super Noob. That Braum is not easy to kill. In fact, he hasn't died yet. Soul collected by IQ, and now Baron as well with it. They really need to start pushing here. I can't see a reason for why they wouldn't just be sitting in these lanes, getting these minions powered up. As far as farm goes, also not a fun time for FF, who feeling the full effects of the gold difference, making it difficult for them to just get to the minions. Zesty Queso looking to poke. Not going to be successful as tier 2 turret in mid lane is gone. Bone Groot and Zesty Queso fighting as they have done all day. And that is a fantastic ult from the Zesty Queso, and this time they're going to pull the correct person as Rihi goes down. But Jubilee is going to get the kill on the Kai'Sa. And here comes Jubilee with a second kill. And just like that, what was a fantastic engage from FF turns into an almost even bout. And regardless, IQ only loses 1 to FF's 2. Inhibitor in the mid lane gone for FF, and they're going to go ahead and lose their inhibitor turret on the top side as well as the inhibitor. Massive, massive gainage of gold here for IQ as Ezreal lets one more ult fly. FF continuing push their advantage. As Zesty Queso looks to engage, and here comes Full Glass Cannon, and it looks like he's going to get away this time as Xerath is going to get the kill on Reese Race. And Jubilee picking up the kill as well on the Gnar. 2 more down for FF as IQ is gonna look to close this one out. Vermilion goes down third. Mercenary Wolf gets caught by the stun. Jubilee gets the kill. And just like that, IQ officially ends the unbeaten run from FF in dominant fashion. 2 games, 2 wins, 2 dominations. And the Beer League might have, while not in points a top dog, perhaps the team to beat. All right. Well, that was something else. Apologies for the stream being a little bit weird at times there, guys. Definitely looking to fix that for the next one, and hopefully have a partner as well. But this game has been brought to you by the Beer League Official. We appreciate you guys tuning in. That is IQ and FF officially over as IQ picks up all 3 points. FF definitely left wondering what to do for next time. And we'll be back here in just a few days with a couple more games from the Beer League. All right. Good night, everybody.